Hello and welcome to another one of our Rock and Rockstars. You know, putting your name above the door of a new business takes courage and a tremendous amount of self-belief. But when you do it on a business that's breaking new ground, well, that requires nerve, mettle, resolution, and just plain guts. That's exactly what Leah Jay did in 1994 when she began as a sole trader in Newcastle. Cassandra Lantry is a director and operations manager at Leah Jay, and she joins me now. Hi, Cassandra.
Hi, Kevin. Thanks for having me.
Tell me your background, what's led you to your current position. Tell me your history.
Yeah, sure. So I have actually been with Leah Jay 15 years, but my journey over that time has been quite varied. In the very early days, I started out as a commercial property associate. And in stepping into that role, I was quite fortunate that I was working very closely with our director at the time, who looked after our small commercial portfolio back then. And that meant that I was also working very closely on things behind the scenes in the business. And that's really where that passion to be working, on the business and understanding all the different mechanisms really started to grow. I then stuck with commercial for a number of years before moving into more of a communications role with Leah Jay, and also undertook a major redevelopment of our East Maitland office. And it was sort of during that time that I really set the sights on pursuing a management career, and the passion for what we were doing here at Leah Jay really stuck and was something that I wanted to be a part of. So I bit the bullet and decided to head to uni to do my Master of Business, and did that for a number of years, which allowed me to take on the management of our East Maitland office, and over the last 3 to 4 years overseeing our operations and becoming a director of the business.
And you stayed with Leah Jay during that time when you were at uni, or did you take a break?
No, I actually was working full time and studying, and got married and had my first child all in amongst that whole mix. So it was a pretty busy period.
It
Yeah.
really was. Well, congratulations on that. That's a fantastic achievement. 15 years now with Leah Jay, and I mentioned in the introduction there that the business was born in 94, 25 years ago. You've seen a fair bit of change. You've been there for quite a while. Tell me about that experience. There must have been a lot of learning along the way for you and the team.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess what's always been at the core of that, and what has driven that, is what Leah said about doing 25 years ago, and that was stepping out and doing something that was different and that many told her wouldn't work for many years, until the proof was in the pudding, I guess. But it took that courage and that determination and that genuine belief that things should be done and could be done a lot better. And that's still very much what drives us today. But we have definitely seen transformation, particularly in recent years, where it has been rather accelerated. So we've seen a real shift of the value of property management being around, task-based functions, to now being more of a holistic advisor. And that's where we really see it going into the future, and what the recent years have been about for us in terms of building our team and setting us up for that next chapter.
Mm. How important have systems been in the development of your business? I mean, there has been tremendous growth since 94 with just one office and now multiple offices. Systems must play a very big part in your productivity and your profitability.
Yeah, definitely. And always has, particularly as you grow, those systems need to be rounded out to ensure consistency. But in recent times, there have really been a strong focus in using technology in our systems as an enabler, and really at the centre of how we go about things to drive economies of scale, and those efficiencies has been really important to us. So yeah, systems has always been a focus, but I guess the way we use them has changed. previously it was about processes and being very process driven. Now it's using technology and systems to actually automate and drive those efficiencies so that we can spend more time on building relationships and adding value.
That is such a big point that you make there, because I think we look at technology sometimes as, maybe a shortcut for us in business so that we can do more business. When I think, just listening to you, I'm getting the impression that technology for you has enabled you to focus on the more important contact points with your landlords, your investors, and with your tenants. It just frees you up for those better conversations.
Yeah, 100%. That's really what it's been about for us and what it continues to be about. We use our systems, I guess, as a platform to build those economies of scale and a platform to allow growth. So that it's played that crucial role. But yeah, that the time spent and the value added with our owners is really, crucial to what we do.
I know you've been with Rock End for some time, moved fairly recently to Property Tree. Tell me about that journey. How important was it, and how does Property Tree work in your business?
Yeah, it was a big move for us. So we had been with Rock End for a number of years, but had spent a lot of time thinking about the best move for us in terms of moving to a cloud-based system. And we're moving a large beast, if you like. So over 4,000 properties. It's a big decision to make, and it's something that I guess impacts every element or every aspect of the business. So it was critical, and as I said, we'd spent a couple of years actually deciding what was the best way to go. But for us, when we spoke to Rock End, and particularly as they underwent the acquisition from MRI, we really felt that there was an alignment between where we wanted to go and where we saw the industry going and what they were doing as well. And for us, they're really about being a platform that allows us to connect a lot of our pieces of technology to provide a seamless user experience for our team, but also in actually being able to really bring together technology to be much more efficient as well.
Cass, what's ahead for your business, for Leah Jay, and more particularly, what's ahead for the industry? Because these are pretty difficult times, aren't they?
They are. They're certainly challenging, and I think the rate of change has just been accelerated tenfold going through COVID. And it certainly was for us. There'd been some things that we put the toe on in the water with in terms of flexible work and virtual inspections, etc., that are now part of our core business and will remain so going forward. But our focus for the next 6 months, 12 months is really about pushing through some of the benefits to our owners and tenants, and really evolving that engagement with our owners and tenants and their whole experience when they're with Leah Jay. So they're very much at the centre of what we're planning and what we're doing. It's almost a bit of an Amazon-like theory, if you like, in terms of every decision we make is really got, the customer right at the middle of it and the benefits to them, and then working back from there. So that's really what the next 12 months are about for us. And I see for the industry, something else we've also got the eye on is really maintaining the value in our portfolios and our businesses. I think that's something that will definitely change over the course of the next 12, 18 months, 3 years perhaps, in terms of how portfolios and our businesses are valued. And we need to have a really close eye to make sure on any of the changes we make are really reflected in the bottom line figures, rather than relying on a multiplier value of the asset.
Yeah. Well said, Cassie. I thank you so much for spending some time with us and joining us in this. We've gained a lot from talking to you. Every success with your business, and thanks once again for your time.
No problems. You're welcome. Thanks, Kevin. Take care.